the history of the women's volleyball tournament, only one team has been able to sweep the elimination round to earn a thrice-to-beat advantage in the finals. That team is Dlsu University. Today, another team looks to join that exclusive list as the defending champions. Ateneo de Manila University puts its unbeaten record on the line against who else but the Lady Spikers. We are once again greeting you live from inside the Mall of Asia Arena here in Pasay City for the second round matchup in the Uaap Season 77 Women's Volleyball Tournament between LaSalle and Ateneo. Mabuhay Pilipinas! Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Anton Rojas, and beside me to break down LaSalle versus Ateneo is Mosey Ravenna.
Good afternoon. A lot of people waiting for this day. Ateneo LaSalle in a second round meeting.
Now, of course, this is the third of 3 women's volleyball matches we are having today. Let's talk about what happened in the first 2 matches we had right here at this venue, and to see just how things are shaping up going into today's match.
That's right, Anton. Really a lot of games. Itong second round till the end, it's not yet decided who our final 4 would be. But of course, you have Ateneo and Dlsu in today's game disputing that, step ladder ba or final 4? And NU winning the game this morning and getting that number 3 position. Ito, naglalaban-laban dyan sa gitna. You still have UP, you have Adamson, at nabuhayan pa ang USC and FEU because dun sa panalo ng FEU against the Lady Maroons.
So nag-aabang na lang ang mga kupunan ngayon kung ano ang mangyayari. Magkakaroon ba tayo ng Final 4? Lalaban ba para sa number 1 seed? Ang Ateneo at ang LaSalle, malalaman natin yan maya-maya lamang. Pero balikan muna natin kung ano nangyari sa unang pagtatakbo ng dalawang kupunan na ito. First meeting between LaSalle and Ateneo. The first time they met since facing off in the finals last year, and it was a good one. LaSalle was able to put Ateneo with their backs against the wall, winning 2-1, pero nakabawi ang Lady Eagles.
That is correct, Anton. And another 5-setter here in the first encounter pa lang. So we really expect a good one again today. Look at the numbers here. Just more spikes coming from Ateneo. And of course, leading the way was Eliza Valdez, scoring 26 in this game. But in block points, pareho lang. And look at the service points, which itong 2 teams na to are number 1 and number 2. You have 2 more for Ateneo in this game. But yung errors, really just so much. This is a problem also of Ateneo. 46 errors in this game to the 36 only of LaSalle.
Pero ang problema naman ng LaSalle, yung spiking 49-32.
Yes.
But looking at the numbers, they worked on that. In the first round, LaSalle was averaging 37.1 spikes per contest. In the second round, tumaas na 45.8. So let's see kung kaya nilang makipagsabayan pagdating sa firepower kontra sa Lady Eagles. And when we come back, we will talk about the more recent matchups of these 2 teams. So stay with us right here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. We continue our pre-match discussion right here at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City for the second round matchup between LaSalle and Ateneo. And like I said, Mosey, pag-uusapan natin yung mga latest matchups ng dalawang kupunan. They both played last Sunday at the arena in San Juan City. Another dominating performance for the LaSalle Lady Spikers, a straight set victory against Adamson.
That is true, partner. And the Lady Spikers won in all scoring skills. And in non-scoring skills, LaSalle won digs and they won the serves. Pero Adamson was able to manage to win the receptions. But look at the numbers here, Anton. Again, just too much firepower coming from LaSalle. Aragalang had a really good spiking day. And 18 more spikes for them. And blocks, service points, look at the disparity, 9-4, 7-2. Just both teams doing well. You know, Ateneo and LaSalle just doing so well in these categories. And we will see that today. But again, in that game, you really saw a different LaSalle team. They really showed dominance in that game against Adamson.
And one welcome development for the Lady Spikers was the performance of Desiree Cheng, who had a career-high 13 points in that match. They hope that she will continue that kind of output today as they take on Ateneo. Now, speaking of the Lady Eagles, as I mentioned, they also played last Sunday, and they won against UE. Now, they dealt with adversity in that match because they fell behind in the third set by 12 points before showing the heart of a champion and coming back to steal it away from the UE Lady Warriors.
That is correct, Anton. And, you know, that is bad and good. Why bad? Because they started with a 0-6 deficit against UE. Pero they overcame that really big hurdle by winning that set again and winning the game in straight sets. Why? Because look at their firepower. Just too much. Just overwhelming with 40 spikes in that game against the 29 for UE. Block points, 6. Lumamangan UE with 2 more, with 8. Service points, not so much in this game. 4-3. Ateneo winning it over UE. So, yun yung game na yun. A lot of people were surprised. They were down by so much, by 12 points. And yet, they were able to recover and win it in straight sets.
So the winning streak continues for the defending champions. It is now up to 15, dating back from Game 3 in last year's finals. And they look to keep it going in today's match against LaSalle. But before we talk more about the records, let's take a look at the numbers, the averages for both these teams in the first 13 games this season.
You know, on offense, Ateneo is vastly superior in terms of spikes, and we see that in their games. Look at the numbers for Ateneo. While having about 37.49, number 1 in the league so far. But number 2 is LaSalle with 32.82. Ito lang siguro kung may set back Ateneo, number 4 in blocks. So LaSalle naman on the other hand, number 1 in that department. Service aces, vastly improved. Itong two teams natin being number 1 and number 2. LaSalle being number 1 and the second is Ateneo. In digs, and Ateneo again number 1 in this department. LaSalle naman ang number 3. But look at the numbers, really close. Even in the running sets, Ateneo, LaSalle having 8.37. Well, Ateneo having 9.31. Number 1 again. Number 1 and 2. So talagang very close tayo, Anton. Even in receptions, you have 24.84 for Ateneo and LaSalle having 17.69. So may mga maliliit lang siguro na tweaking coming from both coaches coming into this ball game, knowing that the numbers are really close between them.
And as I mentioned a while ago, LaSalle improving their numbers in terms of spiking para ma-match naman yung pinapakita ng Ateneo. Now, a lot of people see this match as a battle between the Lady Eagles and the Lady Spikers. But they also see this match as a battle between two MVPs. The last two MVPs in the past 2 years. Ara Galang for LaSalle and the reigning MVP, Eliza Valdez, representing Ateneo.
That is correct, partner. And look at the numbers of these two girls. Points, lamang si Eliza. Sa spikes, lamang rin si Eliza. But sa blocks, lumamang naman si Ara. And pagdating sa service aces, Eliza once again. But those numbers, alam mo, we don't see those numbers, yung mga averages nila when it's a LaSalle Ateneo game. And we've known that for a fact. History will tell us, yung statistics talaga between these two ball clubs when they're up against each other, iba nag-iiba talaga.
But definitely their teammates will be relying on them as they look to lead their respective squads to victory. But of course, they need help from their teammates. Right. And we will talk about their teammates when we come back only here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Well, we've heard it many times in team sports, one player, or in this case, one lady, cannot do it alone. So we will be talking about, right now as we continue our pre-match discussion, the players that will support the pair of MVPs that we were just talking about a while ago. Mika Reyes, the lady in the middle, the top tower for LaSalle. She will look up. She will look to pile up the points in terms of the block department. We talked about Desiree Cheng coming off a strong performance, her best scoring performance in her career. What about the veteran si Dlsu? Pero syempre, nandyan rin yung mga bonus points from the likes of Ellie Soyud, Mary Joy Baron, and Carol Cerveza.
You know, partner, today the supporting cast will be so important in this game. And as you can see, LaSalle really with a very deep bench and a lot of players really giving out their numbers also once they come in. So a luxury for Coach Ramil. And ayan, yung mga players sila, very tall, in the middle, open hitters, even yung mga utility nila, they're very good. And even their setter is scoring for them. Kim Pajardo, almost 6 points per game in this tournament so far. And mga 29 excellent sets, running sets coming from her.
And one of the things we noticed from Coach Ramil this season was gamit na gamit yung kanyang mga players sa bench. And that's perhaps to prepare them for matches like this.
Pwede talaga yan. And as we can see, it has worked so well for Coach Ramil. And for sure, it will work well for them in the long run. You always have fresh legs, new ideas inside, and he even has two liberos to you, using two liberos in the game. So a luxury really. A lot of players are in their tip-top shape for Coach Ramil.
Joining us today in our coverage is the third member of our broadcast team, Janine Choi. And right before this match, she was able to speak with a fourth-year player of the Lady Spikers, Sid Demesilio.
So Sid, sabihin mo naman sa amin how important it is that LaSalle has a deep bench, especially in your game today against Ateneo.
It is important because everyone in the team has its own rules. So kailangan namin we have to work hard para hindi namin mapabayaan yung mga job namin. Syempre, ready naman sila lahat nasa labas ng court na automatic na pag tinawag sila ni Coach, ready sila sa lahat ng gagawin. Kasi hindi naman natin maiiwasan na may injury, may mababang nilalaro. So, everyone in the team has to be ready.
So, since you're the only team left capable of preventing Ateneo from using the step-ladder format, pressure ba kayo or mas namomotivate kayo?
I think both. Motivated kasi syempre may goal yung team. Pressured kasi kami yung last.
Thank you, Sid. Good luck to the team. Back to you guys.
Well, the Lady Spikers are coming into this match with a 6-match winning streak, but in their last 3 meetings against Ateneo, they have not prevailed. So they want to be able to end that drought. And speaking of the Lady Eagles, let's talk about their supporting cast right now. The players that will look to provide the numbers to support that of Eliza Valdez. Players like Amy Ahomiro, who has been solid. The graduating Ella Dlsu, the elevator, has got to step up as well. And the rest of the crew with sophomore setter Gia Morado.
That is right. On the other side, the Lady Eagles also having a deep bench. And look at the numbers of the supporting crew for Eliza Valdez. Amy Ahomiro with 9.31 points per game. Ella De Jesus almost 9 points also. And Julia Morado slowly becoming a scoring setter for Coach Ty Bundit with 3.92 points per game and 32.3 running sets per game.
That should be very interesting. And another thing also, Bea De Leon, will she play today, Mosey? Yan ang ating abangan.
And if she doesn't, sino who will fill up that space? Of course, we saw Ariel Batnongon in one game. We also saw Maddie Madayag.
Yes.
And another contributor also that will be important for Coach Ty will be Maraginot, Michelle Morente. Yun yung mga supporting cast that should really be present today in this game.
Bea De Leon had 9 points in the first round meeting against LaSalle, pero abangan natin kung maglalaro siya ngayon para sa Lady Eagles ng Ateneo. Completing our broadcast team, of course, is Laura Lehman reporting for Ateneo, and she had a chance to speak with Ella De Jesus right before this match.
Anton and Mosey. I'm here now with Ella De Jesus. Now, Ella, we all know that today is a very important game. First of all, you're playing Dlsu, and second of all, a win could mean a sweep. So how important exactly is the game today?
Every game naman, tinitreat namin as parang same lang. So, I think since every game is important, yung ano lang today is, yun nga, we have the chance to get the sweep. So, I think this game is really important. Pero, as much as possible, we don't want to think about it. We just want to play kagaya ng dati, na mindset namin is one game at a time.
Okay, and as a fifth-year player, this is your last game of UAAP elimination. So, ano ba yung totoong pakiramdam?
Hindi ko ma-explain, promise. Kasi happy ako, tapos sad din at the same time kasi nga malapit na matapos. So, hindi ko talaga ma-explain. Sobrang speechless ako pagdating dyan sa question na yan.
Okay, thank you, Els, and good luck today. Back to you, Anton and Mosey.
Yes, there are a couple of graduating players on the Ateneo side. Ella De Jesus is one of them, and of course, she wants to graduate as a champion once again. Now, to win a championship, we've heard it so many times also in sports, they say defense wins championships. And the primary components for both teams here in volleyball are the liberos. Denden Lazaro, also a graduating player for Ateneo. She has played 45 sets this season. Coming into this match, she will be the primary defensive weapon for the Lady Eagles today. But ang makakatapat naman niya sa other side, dalawa, Shen Cruz and Don Macandili.
That is right, partner. Although si Don Macandili is more used than Shen Cruz. Cruz has also played so much, 5.18 excellent digs for her and 4.82 excellent receptions per game. In contrast to Macandili's norm of 4.54 excellent digs and 2.38 excellent receptions. So, a lot of luxury on the side again of Coach Ramil using these two liberos. But, as we can see, Ateneo on the other hand, Denden Lazaro, number 4 in excellent digs, 9.46 per game, and number 1 receiver in the tournament so far with 28.97.
The reigning best digger and best receiver, Denise Lazaro, looking to help Ateneo pick up another victory. And when we come back, we shall have it for you. Round number 2 between Coach Ramil De Jesus' LaSalle Lady Spikers and Coach Ty Bundit's Ateneo Lady Eagles, only here on ABS-CBN Sports and Action.
At number 6, Desiree Chen. Player number 18, Sid Demesilio. At number 9, Kim Fajardo. Player number 3, Mika Reyes. At number 18, Captain Ara Galang. Libero number 5, Don Macandili. Head coach, Mr. Ramil De Jesus. And let's meet the starters for your Ateneo de Manila University. Starting on with player number 14, Bea De Leon. At number 12, Gia Morado. Player number 3, Michelle Morente. At number 16, Amy Ahumiro. Player number 8, Ella De Jesus. At number 2, team captain Eliza Valdez. Libero number 13, Denden Lazaro. Head coach, Mr. Anison Dai Bundit. Good luck to both teams.
This is the 8th meeting in the UAAP between Coach Ty Bundit and Coach Ramil De Jesus. And both coaches pulling out some surprises. The Lady Spikers bringing in Mary Joy Baron to start for the first time this season. At para naman sa panig ni Coach Ty Bundit, Bea De Leon
That's right. Ito na yung mga surprises that we kinda expected in today's game. But we didn't expect that Bea would start right away for Coach Tiger din.
But her left index finger is heavily taped. And let's see how healthy she is in this match. Here we go. Kim Fajardo serving it up to start the first rally in round 2 between LaSalle and Ateneo. Eliza Valdez gets the ball right away and gets on the board. Eliza Valdez coming into this match already tallying 283 points. She's the leading scorer in the league, averaging 21.8 points per match. Mika Reyes, that ball was too high for her. Valdez challenging the blockers of LaSalle. No call. The play goes on. Fajardo, it's a back set for Cheng Valdez.
Oh, and Valdez with a push gets that point.
Great read by Valdez to get up in the air and tap it down. 2 early points for the MVP to start this match. Fajardo sets it up for Cheng. They're trying to get her involved right away. Second consecutive set sent her way. Now let's get more from the Ateneo side. Here's Laura Lehman.
Anton and Mosey, last game against UP was very memorable for the Lady Eagles. After giving their opponents a very early lead, the girls spent the entire third set catching up, but it seemed like the pressure was a lot to handle. The more they committed errors, the more they thought about it, and the more they thought about it, the more they fumbled, and trailing behind became a very tough mental battle. Now, while this experience may concern many Ateneo supporters, the girls themselves are actually kind of happy about what happened. They said it made them realize the importance of taking that first momentum and gaining the upper hand. And so this is exactly their plan for today's first set. Bilin ni Eliza sa team, hindi pwede lalamangan tayo ng kalaban. Mahirap talaga magpahabol ng score, lalo pa sa team tulad LaSalle na maraming talagang experience. Kailangan namin mag-umpisa bilang isang champion at first serve pa lang dapat powerful na. Balik sa inyo, Anton and Mosey.
Maraming salamat, Laura. 25.2 errors. That is the number of errors Ateneo commits per match in the second round. LaSalle, on the other hand, 21. The first service ace of the match for the Lady Spikers, courtesy of Sid Demicilio.
And you know, that's important. You know, when you go up yung semifinals and the finals, yung errors there will be so important in every game because definitely it's going to be close games. And that could really spell out a game or a set.
Valdez. Somehow, Ateneo able to send it out back to the LaSalle side. Galang popped up by Lazaro. Morado up top to Valdez. Galang receiving that one. Morente on the other side. Mika Reyes couldn't get the power tip to go. Macandili was there to receive that hit by Valdez. What a rally.
You know, partner, both teams really doing so well, especially on floor defense.
Bea De Leon is back, and she is our Nescafe Creamy White Defender of the Day, brought to you by the Drink of the Day, Nescafe Creamy White, hashtag DOTD.
You can really feel from the get-go how important this game is for both teams, partner.
At nakakatatlong puntos na si Valdez dito sa ating laban. Let's go now to the LaSalle side. Here's Janine Choi.
After winning their last game against Adamson, the coaches want the girls to bring in that same momentum from their last game to their game today against Ateneo. Ang sabi ni Coach Noel Orculio, sana mas mahigitan pa yung laro last Sunday. After all, target na manalo to prevent the seed. Meanwhile, looking into a player's perspective, fourth-year player Carol Cerveza said that winning their last game somewhat helped in boosting their morale. When asked what the goal is for today, he said to just enjoy and play their game. Back to you, Anton.
Thank you very much, Janine. LaSalle has been looking good, especially in the last 3 matches, which they swept. And they hope to be able to carry that momentum here today. But right now, a slow start for the Lady Spikers, down 5 here in set number 1.
And Cerveza sent in already by Coach Ramil for Desiree Cheng.
So a lot of surprises early on for LaSalle, starting off with Baron, and now Cerveza is on the floor. Robert Bolick and former MVP Abby Maraño. She was the co-MVP along with Ara Galang back in UAP season 75.
You know, partner, in this game, definitely yung quick adjustments is going to be seen in this game, especially that you have two coaches, two excellent tacticians at the helm, Coach Ty Bonit and Coach Ramil De Jesus.
You were telling me before this match, Mosey, dating magkalaban yan
Oh,
as players
yes.
for the national team. Coach Ramil for the Philippines, Coach Ty for Thailand. So, ang kwento niyan,
May history.
From the court to the sidelines.
That's right.
Eliza Valdez.
Valdez, mainit ang kanyang simula dito sa ating laban. Kalahati ng puntos na Ateneo from the Phenom. Let's head to a Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
Eliza Valdez serving.
The Stars have come out to witness round number 2 between LaSalle and Ateneo. Vice Ganda checking out this matchup as Valdez.
Our usual guest. Diba? And another volleyball player in Fanatic.
Attorney Toto Villarreal also taking in this match from the MTRCB.
Naku, kailangan pala. Wholesome tayo ngayon.
You keep that in mind. Morente, meanwhile.
That's going to be wide for Morente.
Hitting error there on the side of Ateneo. Tried to avoid Baron.
Right.
5 serving 9. Carol Cerveza. Cerveza playing in her 4th season for LaSalle. Morado, quick attack for De Leon. De Leon gets her 2nd point of the match.
That is right. De Leon, mukhang 100% okay. Although heavily taped yung fingers niya, but 2 points already in this game.
And she's been itching to play after missing the last 3 matches after injuring her left index finger in practice. It's heavily taped today as she goes to war against the girls in green. Aragala, she has yet to get on the board. But the Lady Spikers are going to her. Ahomiro also looking for her first points. De Jesus, very active at the top of the net.
That's right. Getting that gift from Makandili, who received that ball.
Let's check it out one more time on our McDonald's Instant Replay. Don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for a BFF chicken bundle. Fajardo, back set up top to Galang, who tries the opposite side this time. Galang staying active. And finally, Galang gets on the board.
That's right. Now she gets it from an open hit. Kanina, even in the last play, she also did that. 2 different positions for Aragalang.
You see her first point here in round number 2 on our Wishy Oh Wow moment. Open up there today's surprises with Owishi Oh Wow. Morado sets it up top. De Jesus hits it. Nothing there. Fajardo to Baron. Popped up by Morado. Here's Morente. Off the hands of the blockers.
That's right. That was an off-the-block point for Morente. Made it look so easy just using De Mesilio for that point.
Coach Ramil De Jesus calls an early timeout.
Hindi mo pwedeng talon tayo ng talon. Basahin natin kung ano ginagawa ng spiker. Pag nakita nakapwesto, babagalan. Pag nakita naiwanan kayo, bibilisan. So, timingin natin yun. Basahin natin yun. Kasi bilang. Okay, huwag tayo basta nagmamadali lang. Okay? Yung serve, mag-concentrate tayo dyan. Huwag tayo magpapakuha ng ace pag gano'n. Dito natin may taas. Then yung blocking, pwesto, dahan-dahan. Okay? Huwag tayo tumatawag.
Angelica Panganiban in the house, partner.
Wow. I am starstruck.
Alam mo, Eliza
right
fan daw yan, partner. Kaya pala
okay.
nakikita natin siya dito. Even last year, I saw her in one of the championship games. Oo, yung kapapanood ko lang nito that thing called Tadhana. Diba? Oh, sorry ka, Anton. Kasi mommy mo ka-date mo. Actually, good boy ka nga ng Valentine's eh. Kasi mommy mo yung ka-date mo. Gusto ko ako rin ganyan. Si Keeper din ka-date ko doon.
Ito, yung chini-cheer ni Miss Angelica Panganiban, Eliza Valdez now with 6 points as Ellie Soyud comes in for LaSalle.
What we were talking about in the pre-game, both teams really having solid starters and very deep benches. But so far, it's Ateneo with that solid 6 so far, and LaSalle has sent in Soyud, Cerveza. So ito na yung mga moves na ginagawa ng coaches natin, and Coach Ramil early on, really playing a lot of players.
Imagine, Baron, Soyud, and Cerveza are on the floor now for LaSalle. And Eliza Valdez able to penetrate the defense. Remember, LaSalle is the #1 spiking team in the league. Way ahead of everybody. 126 block points heading into this match. Here's Fajardo trying to surprise the Ateneo side. Valdez goes for a drop ball.
And Eliza Valdez once again knowing when to hit it hard and just to push that ball.
Let's check this intelligent move by Valdez. Fudgy bar, O-bar sa sarap. Too strong was the reception of LaSalle. Here's Valdez again. She can't be stopped.
That is right, partner. Off the block hit this time for Eliza Valdez.
An explosive start for Ateneo. They lead LaSalle 16-7. Once again, greeting you live from inside the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok ngayon sa ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Tita Liza Elorde, Johnny Elorde, Nico Elorde, Mitch Del Carmen, of course.
May Tajima.
Taking in this match between Ateneo and LaSalle. Now, what's missing with LaSalle, Mosey? How is Ateneo able to get off to this hot start?
Well, yun na. That's the word. Hot start for Ateneo. Eliza Valdez coming to the picture right away. About 8 points already. 9 points already in this set alone. So, and yun eh, na-carry niya yung active motion inside. Even the other girls are also doing their jobs. While LaSalle, on the other hand, medyo flat nung start. Although, they tried from the onset of this game. Pero nung nakapuntos ang Ateneo, stayed quiet on offense. But let's see, adjustments being made by Coach Ramil. So, with Soyud in, and again, Cerveza inside.
Marami ng adjustments na ginawa si Coach Ramil.
Tsaka mabilis ha?
Yes, mabilis. At maaga. Even Shen Cruz has now come on for Don Macandili. Here's Valdez. Single block by Carol Cerveza.
Right, perfect spot there for Cerveza. She really looked where that ball was going. Eliza going for an angle. Look at that block. Single block for Cerveza.
Eliza Valdez cooling off a little bit. Couple of hitting errors and then getting blocked by Cerveza. Here's Valdez again, not giving up.
Oh, that's long for Eliza.
And that's the 4th hitting error now for Ateneo here in the first set. And it is now Coach Stein's turn to talk things over with his team.
Booking, box first, thinking. Oh, Ben, now one more point.
Coach Tai Bundit coaching his 29th match for Ateneo. Cha Cruz,
Yan.
2-time finals MVP.
Soriano also with the Coach Ricky Palu. Yan yung dati nating mga players here, of course, so loved by the fans.
It's always great to see them in a UAAP environment.
What a save coming from Den Lazaro, but an overreaching violation called against Ateneo gives LaSalle that point.
Again, the errors hurting Ateneo, allowing LaSalle to eat back
Correct.
the lead.
Actually, string of errors ang nangyayari dito sa Ateneo.
Quick attack that time for Amy Almiro does not work. Valdez tries a drop ball. Fajardo was there. Soyud sends it to the other side. Morado goes back to Valdez.
And I like how Morado checked out her spikers before giving that set. And when she saw Eliza Valdez in that open hit,
A lot of power on that Gatorade spike of the game, fueling the UAAP to play hard. Fajardo. Cerveza hitting it with the left hand. And Valdez scores again.
Valdez once again on the open hit. And even if she's spiking in yung open position, iba-iba eh, di ba? May looper, may off-speed, may powerful hits.
Ayos ang execution ng natin ng palo. Huwag mo nang bantayan si Almiro, handi na nga si Ellie, double pa kayo. Di paano na dito? Mas mataas ang percentage ni Valdez kung kay Almiro. Pag nasalo niya yung babagal na, mabilis yung bola, makain. Yan, diskarte naman. Kaya sa
Defensive adjustments. That's what Coach Ramil was talking about during that huddle.
Mick Laborde in the house also. He's a long-time national team player din yan si Mick. A lot of alumni in the house watching this game. An important game for both squads. Ateneo trying to get that sweep. On the other hand, DLSU trying to stop that sweep.
And of course, if LaSalle wins this match, magkakaroon tayo ng battle for number 1.
That's correct, partner.
(19-12). Fajardo. Gala, a sharp hit, and she was far away from the net. It takes great skill to do something like that.
And that's an adjustment on the side of Kim Fajardo because she was being blocked when yung sets are close to the net. So this time adjusting, giving it far away from the net, and Aragalang getting the point. Oh, but Bea de Leon, solid middle hit. What a way to come back, partner.
That's her 3rd point of the match. She is fired up. 20 serving 13. Fajardo tosses it high up in the air to Ara Galang, who tallies another point. That's point number 3 for Ara.
You know, partner, both aces, actually both ace in the team, Eliza Valdez and Ara Galang, really just playing in a different plane at this point in the tournament.
Top 2 scores in the league going at it. Morado, combination play. Morente hits it. Blockers were there for LaSalle. Lazaro gives it up to Valdez. Chance ball for the Lady Spikers. Fajardo sets it up for Galang. And why not?
And Galang getting that cross-court hit. What an angle. Galang starting to get hot in this set. Look at that angle. So nice.
The captain, Ara Galang, and staying cool and composed on the court. That's her usual demeanor. Valdez slams it off the hands of the blockers. Fajardo keeps this rally going. Galang. Lazaro pops it up. Quick attack for De Leon. And somehow LaSalle able to send it back to the Ateneo side. Lazaro sends it to the LaSalle side. Valdez hits it hard. Cruz was there. Quick attack for Baron. Popped up by Morado. Lazaro to Morente. Popped up by Gala. Fajardo backs it up top to Cerveza.
And partner, you like how Kim Fajardo decided to give it to Cerveza instead of giving it to Ara Galang, was just waiting there for the open hit. Only one blocker for Cerveza in that last play.
It takes a tremendous amount of focus to win a rally like that. Now Coach Tai making adjustments.
We've been having long rallies And just in this first set, partner.
Joanna Maraginot has come on for Ateneo. And she gets this rally going. Coach Ramil does not like that sequence. Fajardo, back set to Cerveza. Straight to the tip of the net.
And Coach Ramil didn't like that non-call actually of this pancake move.
The official call stays. Ateneo will serve it up.
It's really so hard to call that. Kasi yung pancake, yung camera view and even the referees. Kasi sa ilalim na talaga. Let's take a look at that once again. Ayun meron kasing portion of the ball that landed on the floor. Pag ganun kasi, hindi na pwede. So, pero it's really hard to call it from way up there. Si Coach, yung ating referee, Yul Banyosa.
Here's Dlsu. And that's why Baron started today. Her height at the top of the net, presenting a lot of problems for the Ateneo side. Dlsu hits it. Baron, great timing. Nobody there for the coverage.
The service area.
LaSalle down by 3. Here in set number 1. Cheng floats it over. Lazaro.
What a dive from Lazaro. But De Leon, another solid middle hit. Ang ganda na ng service ni Cheng But look at that save by Den Lazaro and De Leon. Look at that.
Great sequence.
That's right. Perfect timing there on the middle hit.
Big set to a powerful spike. Back set up top for Gala. It goes out. The block of Dlsu, so it's a point for LaSalle.
That's right. Just too much power behind that attack by Aragala.
Aragala serving.
Ateneo leading for majority of this opening set. Lazaro receives it again. Here comes Valdez.
Valdez from the back row. And Gia Morano was able to set that already, almost kneeling, actually kneeling down already, giving it to the back row to Eliza Valdez. But si Kim Fajardo, an old teammate, an old pal, just knowing that she was going for it.
From UST, of course, former teammates. Maraginot, meanwhile, commits a service error. That's the third service error for Ateneo here in the first set. And now the twin sister of Shen Cruz, Camille Cruz, comes in to start this rally. 20 serving, 23.
Camille Cruz to serve.
Coach Ramil digging deep today. Morado sets it up for De Jesus, who breaks down the wall.
And De Jesus going for an angle, even challenging the tall blockers of LaSalle and getting the point.
Ateneo has arrived at set point. Fajardo, back set. Soyud gets denied by the block collaboration of Ahomino and Valdez. A fired up Lady Eagles squad takes set number 1 against LaSalle. We'll be back for set number 2 only here on ABS-CBN Sports and Action. After 1, the Ateneo Lady Eagles are on top. They were off to a hot start. Eliza Valdez piling up the points very early. Bea De Leon, a surprise entry, returning after missing the last 3 matches at naiwan ang LaSalle.
That's right. Hot start for the Ateneans. And but LaSalle tried to catch up in the latter portion of that set. But yun lumamang na yung Ateneo. So they were able to get that set, and Eliza Valdez was just excellent, spectacular in that set. Yung setting the pace right away for Ateneo, and look at the numbers. It will tell why Ateneo won this set. 16 big points for Ateneo. Lasal producing only 7 in attacks in this set, but block points just 1 more for Ateneo. Aces pareho naman. Sayang because Lasal was able to minimize their errors to only 3, while Ateneo having 8 in that first set.
At lamang pa, Ateneo pagdating sa blocks, where LaSalle should be the team with the upper hand in that department.
Sabi ko naman sa'yo, wala masyadong stats talaga. Kasi, and then, but you can also feel, even if Lasal lost that first set, you can really feel that they want this game also. Yung intensity is there. It's just that siguro naunahan ng Ateneo in that first set. So I'm pretty sure a lot of adjustments will be made by Coach Ramil in this second set.
Galang got off to a slow start. It was late in that set nung nabuhay siya. So Lasal hoping that she gets going right away. Valdez got going really early for Ateneo in set number 1. Imagine 13 points already.
13 points for Eliza in the first set.
And she had 14 in the last match against UE. So almost the same output. I'll make that 14 after that hit by Eliza Valdez. Let's get an update now on the LaSalle side. Here's Janine Choi.
Despite a slow start of the first set and how the first set turned out, the Lady Spikers are not showing any signs of giving up. One of the liberos, Don Macandil, said that they will give their best in today's game. She also added that kahit lumamang sila, focus lang kami kasi alam naman namin kung ano na ang gagawin. Coming into the set, the girls are reminded to stay composed and also concentrate on their service. Anton and Mosey.
Maraming salamat, Janine. Meanwhile, Ateneo committing the first service error here in this set. Mika Reyes able to tally 2 points in that first set. Morado guides that ball towards the way of Valdez, but she hits it straight to the net.
Well, she was not in the best position to take that spike.
Now let's go to the Ateneo side with Laura Liman.
Anton and Mosey, kilala natin yung Lady Eagles bilang isang smiling team, pero hindi ito ibig sabihin na purong ngiti lang sila. Yes, the girls jump around and celebrate on court, but in the dugout, they take things very seriously. Despite winning all their games, for example, the girls are still disappointed with the way they're playing, especially with all the errors they've been committing. And so, besides having early morning practice today, the Lady Eagles arrived in MOA about 3 hours early despite not even having an assigned dugout yet. They took the time to hear mass together, absorb the atmosphere of the arena, and mentally prepare for this matchup. Now, usually, the girls meditate for about 15 minutes prior to game time, but today's session went on a bit longer. They knew that the tension and pressure would be higher than usual today, and so they took extra time to clear their mind and focus. Today is about staying happy and staying disciplined, and that's the plan for set number 2. That's all for now, Anton and Luigi.
Hey. Thank you very much, Laura. But I think today it's been a mixture of happiness, focus, and desire to win. In the first set, they were extra.
Yes.
Like they were fired up.
They were extra active in the first set. Even nga si Eliza, where we usually see her in games, yung well-distributed yung score niya, diba? All throughout a game. But dito, talaga right from the very start, imagine 13 big points already in the first set.
Meanwhile, Bea De Leon showing no ill effects from that injury. 5 points right away. And the service ace here for Gia Morado.
And what's happening here is LaSalle is having a hard time with their first ball, so they're not able to set up plays.
3 service aces already in the match for Ateneo. Fajardo goes to Galang for a combination play, but it's wide.
That goes out, so Ateneo getting that last point of an error.
Morado surveying the side of LaSalle on the court. Fajardo back set up top to Galang.
And a net violation called against the Lady Eagles. So, nabalik, di ba, yung error a while ago and LaSalle getting a freebie.
Just 1 point separating the two teams. Aragalang starts off this rally. Morado to Valdez, nothing there. Cerveza, Fajardo, back to Cerveza. Blockers were there. Ball is popped up by Galang. Here comes Demesilio now. Bounces it off the top of the net. Here comes Valdez. Galang was there. Demesilio's turn. Wala pa rin. Another long rally. Quick attack this time for Baron.
Good coverage being shown by the two teams.
Who will blink? Cerveza. Baron. Morente keeps this rally alive. Back set to Valdez. That one goes beyond the antenna.
Oh yeah, that was overset already. So Valdez was just trying to save it. Point goes to LaSalle on that last play. That was because of their patience, especially on floor defense and coverages after the block.
Claradong clarado. Beyond the antenna. Morado, quick attack for De Leon.
De Leon scores a
Leon
point.
once again scoring on that quick hit.
You know, this is a gutsy move by Coach Tai
That's
to
true.
reinsert De Leon into the lineup as we see this McDonald's instant replay. Don't miss a spike bell 86236 for a BFF chicken bundle because although she has been practicing, iba pa rin yung actual game.
That is right. But it was a coach's decision actually and naintindihan na natin from the side of Ateneo. But Coach Tai decided to put her in.
She has been a factor here today. Ateneo on top 8-6 as we head to another Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Terence Mustre. And of course, Wench Chu, part of the last championship team of LaSalle.
That's right. Terence, baby lang yun dati. Bakit dami ng hair sa face, kababata din ng ni Giver yan, kasabayan sa basketball. There's coming, may sister yan who's playing volleyball in London. Very tall also. Si Luis.
That's exciting, huh? She's able to take her talents here to the Philippines.
Huwag natin pahabaan yung rally. Sabi ko naman sa inyo yan, di ba? Alam mo na nagkakakumpiyansa sa serve. Lalakas nila. Okay. Ang problema natin, pag makakapatay ng bola, ayaw natin receive. Receive muna tayo. Kaya hindi po pwedeng ganun ka-bagal yung atake natin. Sobrang mabagal yung ginagawa natin atake. Okay, adjust muna tayo sa receive. Okay? Kung makakapalo, palo. Doon, coverage sa ilalim. Hindi pa pwedeng kapalo na malakas ay wala ng coverage. Bigyan nyo ng kumpiyansa sa sarili nyo. Palo, then cover sa ilalim. Okay.
LaSalle, the number 3 team in terms of digging and receiving. And Coach Ramil sensing a lack of confidence in his players here today.
Feeling niya kasi natatalo pag long rallies. That's why he wants shorter ways to get the point. And yun nga yung problema nila kanina pa na yung first balls nila. Because a lot of spikers. In fact, we talked about their deep bench. So kaya lang hindi na utilize if you have bad first balls.
At that time, Ateneo players falling like a bunch of bowling pins. They could not send that ball back to the LaSalle side.
Okay pa naman si Denden. Complete. Arms check. Legs check.
Nakatawa pa. Cerveza floating that one to the other side and Morente.
Getting it through the blockers of LaSalle and getting it through Demesilio. That actually sa gitna ng dalawang blockers.
And points at Coach Tai, the most lively player on this Ateneo side, Michelle Morente.
Well, I agree.
Galang flies in from the middle.
What a back row attack coming from Ara Galang.
Check it out one more time on a wishy oh wow moment for Ara Galang. Open up the everyday surprises with a wishy oh wow. Quick attack for Amy Ahobiro.
Another solid middle hit coming from Ateneo, this time from Amy Ahomiro.
She's been quiet, now making her presence felt, Mosey. Funky bar, O-bar sa sarap.
You know, partner, in this second round at this point, both teams really having vastly improved middle hitters in Mika Reyes and Amy Ahomiro. We've seen more solid hits coming from them this season, especially in the second round.
Mika Reyes averaging 9.6 points per match for LaSalle. Here comes De Jesus. Avoids Reyes though and gets the point.
And it's off a combination play. Look at this combination play. Nandun naman yung blockers na LaSalle. They read it well, but there was just space between them. So Ateneo took advantage.
Yeah, Mika did not jump.
Morentes serving.
She anticipated that Ahomiro would just fake. Pero nalate pa rin on the second hitter that came in. De Jesus. Blockers were there up top. Lazaro sends it to the back and Valdez with a hitting error.
And Eliza Valdez just really going at it every time.
Gigil na
Oo,
gigil.
gigil na gigil. Taas mo lang yung bola. Papaluin niya.
LaSalle down by 4 here in set number 2. Sid Demecilio. Morado, back set up top to De Jesus, changing her mind in mid-flight and dropping it down.
That's right, just over the blockers of LaSalle. Poor coverage. And the lady spikers. Yan pa naman yung ni-remind ni Coach Ramil kanina is that you hit it hard na lagi lang basta may coverage.
Fajardo trying a drop ball, does not work. Valdez with another hitting error. Fajardo will serve it up. You mentioned she was teammates with Valdez in high school. And she was actually wearing number 2. Valdez was wearing number 9. Ngayon, magkabaliktad na.
Sinadya ba yun?
Fajardo back set up top to Certeza.
And a miscue on the side of Ateneo. Taas pa naman ng bola, sayang. And LaSalle taking that point. And look at this back set by Kim Fajardo.
At the service
Getting that
area.
off the block point.
Galang was ready as Morado tried to go for a drop ball, and Morado, scary moment here. She was holding onto her right knee, but she gets right back up.
That's right. And
Fajardo
Galang
serving.
is pushing it so hard.
Here's Fajardo.
Service
Service ace for Kim Fajardo.
That's right. And Kim Fajardo almost going over, di ba yung bola? That's why it was so hard to decide. But Morente getting it last second.
ต้องดูนะเฮ้ย confident receive นะ
Oy, spiking! Girls!
thinking เอา can do can do นะ strong can do เฮ้ย thinking เพื่อนนะบล็อกโนบล็อกนะ
Kami na mag-business, kami na
I mentioned a while ago, this is the 29th match coached by Coach Tai Bundit.
Oh, and Ila Santos. Isa pa yan, darling ng volleyball fans. Look at her.
Imagine.
Nakakatuwa rin to see them all here.
Just 1 point separating these two squads. Mika Reyes getting a freebie at the top of the net. Demecilio hits it from the back row. Morado up top to Valdez. Fajardo was there. She sends it back to the Ateneo side. Morado back to Valdez, and now the blocking of LaSalle is rock solid.
And LaSalle just reading that one well. Ang ganda nung pagkakabigay ng bola. You thought it was going to Amy, but ang pinantayan talaga nila was Eliza in that last play, and they read it right.
Very sturdy arms from Mika Reyes.
Another
You know,
service
since
ace
Kim
by
Fajardo has been
Fajardo.
standing at that service line, LaSalle has got themselves going.
That's true. And you just need that spark. Di ba? Sometimes that's why you have, sabi nga natin, spark plug players na to when you put them in. Yung ano lang, para lang maiba lang yung, ano ba ang tawag mo dito? Yung air inside. Just to pump up the other players. And Eliza Valdez asking for a check, but no go, says a referee.
Momentum is now in a favor of LaSalle as they lead Ateneo 16-14. Now, I've been mentioning that Kim Fajardo, since she started off the rally with her service, biglang nagkaroon ng momentum ang LaSalle.
Well, yun yung pinipid ni Eliza na check ball, and we just saw that last play, check ball nga, partner.
Cruz sends it towards Galang. Fajardo to Cerveza. Lazaro up top to Valdez. Nearly getting roofed, but the coverage of Ateneo was there. Lazaro with a pancake dig.
But Amy Ahomiro was a bit in a hurry, sending that ball out. And, you like the rallies here that we're having in this game. Alam mong pinaghihirapan each and every point.
Ateneo committing a lot of hitting errors here in this set, Mosey. Finally, the streak ends as Fajardo commits a service error.
Napagod ni Fajardo on that service error.
She made a killing.
Correct!
Service
Hinabol
line,
diba?
yeah.
Hinabol yung score ng Ateneo.
Here's Fajardo, back set to Reyes. Ahomiro was there. Valdez now. So solid are the Lady Spikers now at the top of the net. Valdez changing things up. Galang goes wide. Valdez tries to respond. Solid talaga yung mga blockers.
Oh, and Ateneo throws that away, and just to the delight of the many fans, both for both schools on a Wednesday, partner, right before Chinese New Year. So I think everybody came over.
And everybody watching on ABS-CBN Sports in Action and all over the world via the Filipino channel and also in high definition and Balls channel, HD Sky Cable channel
Of
167.
course, our Chinese friends, Happy New Year.
Kung Hei Fat Choi.
That's right.
Here's Galang. And Galang carries another point for LaSalle.
That was an off-the-block point for Ara Galang. Wala nang natira, only one blocker there in Gia Morado on that last play. Kumagat dun na sa fake ng LaSalle, yung ibang blocker sa Ateneo.
Trying to pull away are the DLSU Lady Spikers here. Bea De Leon.
That was read well.
Ara Galang credit the block point to her.
Look at this. She knew where the ball was going.
Doing it on both ends, offense and defense.
Malayo pa yan, malayo pa yan.
Pwede tayo. Hey, ting-ting po. Ting-ting, ano po. Ting-ting, ano po. Eh, patuloy. Ting-ting. Walo, abang.
Confidence girls, go lang. Abaw yan. Isa lang, isa lang. Isa lang, girls. Go lang, go lang. Malayo pa yan. Malayo pa yan. Lima.
Coach Roger Goreyev, before.
I know why he is smiling. I know where that smile is coming from. Jaja Santiago, you have Dada,
Reyes.
General,
Nanalo sila kanina.
Portas. Oo.
Pasok
Yun
na sila sa top 4.
Correct. Kaya ganun na lang ang smile ni Coach Roger, ear to ear.
A 3-1 victory against Adamson. And
Service
Mika
ace by
Reyes with a
Mika
service
Reyes.
ace.
And DLSU just trying to pull away at this point, both in offense and even in the service line.
Now Coach Tai making some adjustments. Joanna Maraginot coming back into the match now. She started the last match against UE. That time Reyes' serve goes wide.
Service error this time for Mika Reyes.
Second service error here in this set for LaSalle. Now it's Gia Morado's turn to start this rally. Galang receives it. Fajardo tosses up a back set to Cerveza. Nothing there. Here comes Maraginot. Cerveza. Oh!
Just trying to save that second ball, but no go. And Ateneo wins that point. Now down by only 4.
It's 2 straight points for the ladies in blue. Galang to Demesilio, who hits it from the back row. Lazaro was there. Bea De Leon!
Once
Quick attack.
again with a solid quick attack. Let's take a look at this one again. Look at her approach. Look at that be quick.
7 points for Bea De Leon in her return.
Joy, hindi ka pasok dito ng 8-quick yan. Hindi pa mag-8-quick yan. Laging pabiyang papasukin ni Bea. Hindi mo, hindi ka bibigyan dito ng handyan ka na bibig. Palaging palayo sa'yo yung bibigay na bola ni Bea, ni Morado. Hindi mo, so hindi ka mag-expect na makakakuha ka ng block dito. Pag nakita mo ng free ball, lumayo ka sa kanya, tapatan mo yung spiker mo. Huwag kang mag-intindi dito sa setter, hindi pupunta rito yung bola. Tatandaan mo yan.
That's a big check right there. Tama yun. Hindi talaga dadali ni Gia yan. Kung nakikita niyang nakatayo lang si Baron doon, the very tall Baron, obviously, Gia Morado will give it to Bea na be quick. So, kailangan mabilis si Baron na kumilos and go for the block because nahihiwalay tuloy yung blockers ng LaSalle when Bea goes for a be quick.
Galang flies in and scores for LaSalle.
Galang with the blockers or no blockers. Look at this angle. Very sharp. Very powerful hit.
Finally reaching double digits. Is Ara Galang here today? Oh!
That goes right into the net. Ito yung masasakit. Yung unforced errors will really, you'll feel it in this kind of a game.
And getting those unforced errors from your veterans, Mika Reyes and Ara Galang. Fajardo, quick attack for Baron.
Really like the timing on that quick attack. Hindi na naka-block ang Ateneo or late na for the block. Look at this one. Ayun eh. And Baron even going for an angle.
A standstill set by Kim Fajardo, trusting the second-year player Mary Joy Baron. Morado, meanwhile, goes to De Jesus. That one goes long, and LaSalle now at set point. Can they equalize?
Needing only 1 point to close the set are the Lady Spikers. Of course, Ateneo, the Lady Eagles, 1 set up in this match.
Oh, another service error. That's the 4th service error for LaSalle here in this set. And it's happening late. Sayang ang pagkakataon.
Sayang din. Syempre, this kind of a set na hawak mo na eh, di ba? You don't want to give momentum back to Ateneo. And now Ateneo gets a service ace.
Parang hindi na-injure itong si Bea De Leon. She already has 8 points. May kasama pang service ace.
Niloloko niya siguro na private practice yata si Bea De Leon.
Meanwhile, Desiree Cheng comes in for LaSalle. All LaSalle needs is 1 point to tie things up. Back set, up top for Baron. Fajardo clears everybody out. Demesilio, nothing there. Here's De Jesus, popped up by Demesilio. Fajardo, back to Sid. And Demesilio closes the set, tying things up.
That's right, that was an off-the-block point for Demesilio, having only one blocker in Paraginon. And just taking advantage of that as a veteran, Sid Demesilio.
Oh boy, what a match. We're tied at 1 set apiece, and we will head to set number 3 after a few reminders. Nagbabalik po ang UAP Season 77 Women's Volleyball Tournament Round 2 between LaSalle and Ateneo. Lady Spikers responding and taking the second set.
That is right, partner. And better reception for and digs coming from LaSalle in the second set. That's why they were able to set up plays. But Ateneo also, so again with offense, Bea De Leon getting in the picture. But Eliza Valdez, not so much in the second set. But LaSalle, you had Aragalang scoring, si Demesilio on that last point, even Baron, even Mika Reyes. So in spite of yung mga service errors nila, they were still able to get this set. Ito na nga, we expected low scores, low spikes in this second set. DLSU with only 8, Ateneo with 9, pero 3 block points for DLSU with 1 only for Ateneo, and the service aces, 4 for Ateneo, 3 for the Lady Spikers, and the errors just too much. Just too much. This spelled out this set. 11 for the Lady Eagles and DLSU with 7.
We'll see if the Lady Eagles can make the adjustments here as we head to this crucial set number 3. Maraming salamat muli sa inyong pagtutok ngayon. Anton Rojas kasama si Mosey Ravena. Of course, we also have Janine Choi reporting for LaSalle and Laura Liman for Ateneo. We saw Eliza Valdez start off hot in the first set. Sa set number 2 naman, Aragalang nakabawi. But it's Eliza's turn now.
Starting this set with a point. This is what I like in this, especially the second set, second round. You can see the big stars are playing much better pa nga eh. They're reaching the notch more, just achieving excellence. Ang ganda panuunan eh, that let's say for Ateneo, it's Eliza Valdez really stepping up in the second round. And on the other side, it's Aragalang.
Here comes De Jesus.
Oh, good save there.
Great save by Cheng. That one goes long. Here's Bea De Leon. And now let's get an update on the LaSalle side. Here's Janine Choi.
Antoine and Mosey, as you can see, Noah Arena is packed today with both LaSalle and Ateneo supporters. And instances where the crowd is cheering against the Lady Spikers is inevitable. That is why one of the rookies, Ali Soyud, said that they should not let themselves get affected with such distractions. What's important is they listen to their teammates and coach. And the set coach wants the girls to be more aggressive defensively. Ang sabi sa kanila, kailangan na maging mas masipag sila sa pag-block. Balik sa inyo, Anton.
Well, they've tallied 6 block points already, going back to what they do best.
Well, the crowd reacting because the first referee reversing that call.
Galang able to tally a point.
That's right, this time challenging the blockers of Ateneo.
Galang now with 12 points in this match. And you see her latest point on our McDonald's Instant Replay. Don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for a BFF chicken bundle. Lazaro receives it. Ahomiro hits it and scores.
Amy with that off the block point. Simple way of getting the point.
Joanna Valentino serving.
4 serving 2. We are tied at 1 set apiece. Fajardo, quick attack for Baron, saved by Lazaro. Here comes De Jesus, who goes down the line. She wants a check, and she gets it.
Jesus gets the check and gets the point. Let's take a look at that once again. Ayun naman, check. Hindi naman check kay Aragala.
5 points in the match now for Ella De Jesus.
Galing ni Direk Al.
Kitang-kita. Yep. Quick attack for Baron.
Bea De Leon is still on court today, playing as if nothing happened. Now, according to her, there's still some pain, but nothing that the rookie can't handle. She is just as hungry as her teammates to sweep this tournament, and the adrenaline of it all has negated the hurting. Now, besides the rookie, fifth-year veterans like Ella and Denton are just as eager to win this game. Being at their last match in Uaap eliminations, the girls are leaving their hearts out on the court. They are noticeably more aggressive and even more talkative in the huddle, taking on leadership roles. Actually, from the looks of it, today feels like a championship game. But with the tensions running very high, the girls need to keep their cool in this next set. Coach Stein noticed that they were a bit tense in the second and told them in the timeout to meditate, breathe, and regain focus. That's all for now, Anton and Mosey.
Thank you very much, Laura. Siyempre, at stake dito. Pag manalo ang Ateneo, a thrice-to-beat advantage in the finals. And Morado. Kanina, we saw a drop ball from Fajardo. Ngayon naman, Gia Morado. Sa kabilang panig, bumabawi. Kitang-kita dito sa ating Wishy Oh Wow moment. Open up the everyday surprises with the Wishy Oh Wow.
Grabe yung calculation, sa space.
Lazaro has been very active on the defensive end today. Valdez underneath the ball on that hit. Another tight set we are witnessing here. Cheng starts this rally. Here comes Valdez. And that is point number 300 this season for Eliza Valdez.
From the approach alone, you see that she was going to give it her all. Look at this approach and look at this hit. So another solid hit from Eliza Valdez.
Her highest scoring season.
That's right, 300 is a lot, partner.
You guys know
That's not easy to do.
who's a player in the past who's done that. I'd like to know too.
Grabe, and kasi you have to average 20-something to get that.
Coming into this match, Eliza Valdez averaging 21.8. Morado back set. Eliza Valdez. Does that one go wide? Yes.
There was an empty spot right there, but too much muscle on that drop ball.
She had the right idea. Medyo malakas nga lang.
Minsan kasi yung shadow ng ball, yung nakikita natin on top of the white line. But that was called out already, so...
Ateneo with a 1-point advantage as we head to another Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Saw Mr. Berg Capis of ABS-CBN Sports Finance. He's an officer.
Bosses, I think, are all here. I saw Miss Cecil a while ago and siguro parang buong yung staff rin. Why not, di ba? Because
this is the
a
place
lot
to
of
be.
people are really were looking forward to this day. As Gia Morado, look at that ball.
That's a service ace.
What a spot.
Nabibigyan niya
That
kung
service
sa
is-
inside. Eh, yung tao lumipat din doon. Ibig sabihin, tayo na yung niya.
Number 7.
Now referee explaining to the team captain, Aragalang. volleyball kasi yan yung team captain lang ang pwedeng kausapin natin referee.
Fajardo sets it up for Galang, popped up by Lazaro. Here comes Valdez. Domicilio was there. Fajardo sets it up for Galang, changes things up, goes for a drop ball. De Leon was there though. Here comes Maraginot.
And Maraginot gets that off the block point.
And we talked about the supporting cast, the
That's
players
right.
with the potential to contribute to today's game. Maraginot, one of them.
That's true, and you know, both teams having players who can pull off surprises. Like on the other side, you have Demecilio, Cerveza, Soyut for Coach Ramil, and for Coach Tai, you have Maraginot, you even have Hekiliana and Madaya. Ang lalim ng both benches talaga ng dalawang schools.
Pero sa puntong ito, hindi pa natin nakikita sina Madayag, sina Hekiliana, Maraginot.
Pero ang surprise, Bea De
Yes.
Leon inside and playing so well, partner.
De Leon, her current tally, 9 points. Maraginot, a lot of power on that hit, but LaSalle managing to send it back to the Ateneo side. Here's Valdez.
Using the blocker of LaSalle to get that point.
18 points today for Eliza Valdez.
Aragana got some leather there.
Fajardo to Galang, who breaks down the wall.
Again, yung mga stars natin from each team nagbabawian, trying to really put that boost mode and more beast mode. Pushing all the buttons.
Kanina, nakita natin si original beast mode, si Abby Maranyo.
Forever beast mode.
Meanwhile, Demecilio will start this rally for LaSalle. Aragalang 13 points today so far in this match. De Leon. Reyes sends it back to the Ateneo side. De Leon will try again. That one goes long.
That's right, but I like the idea of Gia Morado giving it to another try, yung quick hit, but De Leon overcooks that one. LaSalle gets the point and ties up this the score in this third set.
Here's Demecilio. Morado sets it up for Valdez. And that one is good.
And no one there to defend that ball on the side of the Lady Spikers.
Let's take a look at this one more time. Punji bar, O-bar, sa sarap. Neck and neck. Third set we are witnessing right here. Fajardo up top to Galang, popped up by Valdez. Morado back set to Maraginot. She wants a touch.
And they get it. Get the touch and the point.
You know, it's matches like this, high pressure matches that really give a lot of experience to these young players like Joanna Maraginot.
And, you see them, when you see them responding, diba? It's a good sign for the coaches, and the fans appreciate it. Even us here at the panel appreciate when they respond at a very young age.
Now Coach Ramil De Jesus wants to talk things over.
Tignan mo, dito na. Pag binigyan natin ng bola, dapat yung panahan dyan. Pinapractice na natin kanina yan eh. Dapat adjust ka na dito. Wala namang gagawin yung Maragyot kung didalin yung bola rito eh. Para na si Kim dito kung nandito. Kaya ano dito ka lang. Kasi ang intention niya, ipacheck yung bola eh. Kaya hindi pwedeng talon ng talon, Doray, kung nandito. Kasi Maragyot, paunahin yung kamalon. Oo, ang panalo sa net bitaw. Hindi naman ididin yung balo eh.
Walang narinig natin, yun ang pinapractice natin kanina. So even ang Lasal, ganun din pala sa atin ngayon. Nagkita-kita rin sila ng maaga. And again, yung mga scouting, syempre, no? Of course, I'm sure it's a walkthrough this morning for both schools. And si Maraginot, yun ang sabi ni Coach Ramil, may hang time kasi pumapalo pag medyo late. So wag daw kagad tumalon for the block. And let's see if they will make that adjustment.
Service error on the Ateneo side. That's a second service error here in this set. 2 points separating the two teams. Morado tosses it up for Valdez.
Oh. And Valdez, once again, from the back row, gets it done, gets the point.
Another 20-point outing for Eliza Valdez. Her latest point, our Gatorade spike of the game, fueling the UAAP to play hard.
Pero partner, we're just in the third set.
That's the 11th 20-point outing this season for Valdez.
But on the other side, answering that hit by Eliza Valdez is Aragalang, getting that last point.
14 points today for Aragalang. Her point total is now 232, make that 233. After that service ace, she is a former best server of the league. Back in her rookie year, actually, season 74. Imagine that. Season 74, she was the rookie of the year and the best server. She came into the league at the same time as Valdez, and they're going to battle again here.
On the very first moment we saw her, we knew her potential for becoming a superstar here in the UAAP.
The veterans providing a lot of support. De Jesus with the latest point for Ateneo. Let's head to a Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. One of our bosses also taking in this matchup, Jojo Neri Estacio, the channel head for balls, and her husband Terrence. Fajardo sets it up to no one. A weird sequence there for the LaSalle side.
It was like an open set, supposed to be an open play.
That was really a strange sequence, and it led to this.
That's right. Led to another Valdez point.
Here comes Cheng.
And no coverage there after the block for Ateneo as Cheng gets this point in spite of having three blockers in front of her.
Sophomore from Hope Christian High School, Desiree Cheng. Maraginot working hard to keep this rally going. Here comes Fajardo. Galang. Drop ball works for Aragalang.
And you know, we often see that move. Diba? Tinino kay Eliza Valdez. But this time, Aragalang coming from the back row. Gives that push. Gets the point.
What a matchup.
It's true. Individually, grabe yung matchup nitong two teams. And even as a team, yung ang ganda ng strengths and weaknesses nila. Yun yung, you can really see that it affects the game.
And we are being treated to another classic matchup. Quick attack for Ahomiro. Fajardo to Galang. Popped up by Lazaro. Baron was there up top. Had the right idea, but it went out.
That's right. Too much angle or too much power on that swipe. But look at the power on that hit. But then Lazaro, wrong person to give it to. Then Lazaro digging that one.
Then Lazaro, a BS biology student, wants to be a doctor one day, but right now she's trying to cure whatever's ailing the defense of Ateneo. And Sid De Mesilio responding right away.
That's right. Ito yung mga players na inaabangan natin could really spark something for Coach Ramil. Si Basilio,
Number 10 out.
you have Desiree Cheng. Camille Cruz now comes in to serve.
Down by 1 are the Lady Spikers. A joust up top. Here comes Valdez.
And with an angle, gets that to go. Gets the point. That deserves a second look.
This time just avoiding the blockers.
Right.
Here comes Morado. Fajardo. Galang. A miss hit.
Not enough spin on that last play. Aragalang sends that one long.
Huwag muna tayo. Nakalimutan mo na na magsumunod-alin yung kamay mo. Lumusok. Hindi tayo mo pwede na nakasete na gano'n. Diretso lang ang kamay. Bantayan natin kung ano yung pwede. Huwag tayo mag-expect na papalo ng diretso yung kalaban. Dahil yung mga area na to, dapat lagi natin binabantayan yan. So dito tapos mo bola. Ay, down the line eh. Yung talo hindi na nagkasal. Ayan na yun ako. Kapitan natin yan, kapitan natin.
Coach Ramil De Jesus coaching his 271st match.
The people who came over to watch this game, watch this match, build up rin tayo on a Wednesday
On a
afternoon.
Wednesday.
There goes
Of
Laura
course, the
Salvador
outcome of this
support.
match will dictate what will happen in the next phase of the tournament. Pati yung mga ibang koponan na in contention. Nakaabang yan.
Oo, nakaabang. Anong mangyayari? But again, yung mako-complete dito sa women's division, mako-complete natin yung final four. I think the very last day of the second round.
This is the third to the last match day, actually. 3-ball for Ateneo. Morado to Maraguinot. And that one goes down. Great read by the LaSalle side.
That's right. Cheng avoiding that ball and good decision there.
Just 1 point separating it from
Fajardo serving.
Here's Fajardo. Morado. Maraguinot flies in and scores.
And again, Maraguinot going for an angle, even challenging the blockers of LaSalle. Look at her go. Just almost wiping it off the blockers of LaSalle.
Fajardo to Demesilio. Solid at the top of Bea De Leon. And De Leon now with 10 points in this match, surpassing her output in the first round.
That's right. You know, more than the offense, it's really the defense that they missed while Bea was out.
That goes wrong.
Eliza Valdez throwing that serve away.
It's a third service error here in this set for Ateneo.
Si Demesilio to serve.
Morado, quick attack for De Leon.
Ball out.
Oh, De Leon going for an angle, but wide on that try. Woo! Another close one.
Si Demesilio to serve.
Morado. Here comes De Jesus, popped up by Cheng. Fajardo, back set to Galang. Morado was there. Lazaro gives it up to Maraguinot.
Oh, and with
goes
no
wide.
blockers, Maraguinot wide on that hit.
So consecutive hits by Ateneo going wide.
And look at this last play. Eh, no, wala nang blockers for her. Not a single blocker. She sends it wide.
Hey, hey, one more good. One more good. Huh? Hey, I'm tong. Thinking, I'm tong, huh? Receive first, confident. Can do. Get one. I'm tong, wala mo din.
Napansin ni Coach Tai na medyo shaky yung kanilang first ball.
Right. Which
Kaya
was the
nakahabol ang
problem of
Lasal.
Lasal, di ba?
Oo.
On the first set. So, ganun talaga ka-importante ang first ball because it starts out off your play.
22 all. Here in set number 3. Oh!
A long one from a timeout from Sid Demecilio.
Sid Demecilio apologizing right away.
Crucial error
De
there.
Leon at the service area.
Here's De Leon now. Fajardo. Back set up top to Galang, backed up by Morado. Valdez to Maraguinot.
Maragino.
And off the block hit once again, much to the delight of Coach Tai Bundit is doing his signature dance once
Yep,
again.
he's been
Signature
dancing
move.
all afternoon. Coach Tai Bundit.
Pero mas pagod pa si Coach Tai kaysa din sa players na mamaya.
Ooh!
Oh, but
There goes
an error on the serve.
That's
Bea
the
De
fourth.
Leon.
The fourth service error now for Ateneo. Crucial moment here in this match.
Baron sent in, definitely for defense.
It's Baron, Cheng, and Galang in the front row for LaSalle. Mika Reyes, the serve. Oh! That one goes way long.
Error there, closes this set. And, Ateneo gets the third one, the third set.
What a match. Ateneo now with the advantage. Set number 4 after a few. Tense moments inside the Mall of Asia Arena here in Pasay City for the second round matchup between LaSalle and Ateneo. It was a neck-and-neck battle in the
Right.
third set, but in the end, the errors hurting
Yon.
both teams, but hurting LaSalle more.
That's right, and that's correct. It was really the errors that spelled out that third set, and a much closer set if you compare it to the first two. And eventually, Ateneo getting that third set and now up 2-1 in this match. Their final encounter in the eliminations is two teams. Obviously, an important game, Anton, for both squads.
This is Coach Tai Bundit's 8th Ateneo LaSalle match since coming in to the UAAP. And let's take a look at the numbers of that set number 3.
Well, again, firepower coming from the Lady Eagles, 16 attack points compared to the Lady Spikers, only 10. And one block point for Ateneo, and aces neutralizing each other. But the errors, even if Ateneo had more errors with 12 errors only compared to DLSU 7, because of the attack points, they were able to get that third set.
Well, we are here right now in the 4th as LaSalle will try to redeem themselves. That's not the way to start things off. Galang hitting it straight to the net.
Nagkulang ng firepower on offense ang LaSalle in that third set.
LaSalle committing 17 errors. Ateneo, though, on the other end, committing 31 already.
This time, Mika Reyes, good timing on that block against Maraguinot. Ito yung adjustment na sinasabi ni Coach Ramil kanina. Naintayin nila, paunahin nilang tumalon si Maraguinot. And they did just that and got that block point.
LaSalle had no block points in that third set.
Oh, and an ace from Kim Fajardo on that down-the-line serve.
Fajardo to serve.
That's the 7th service ace of the match for LaSalle as a team. Valdez! A lot of steam on that hit.
Just nailing that one in.
"24 points now in the match for Eliza Valdez, and you see her last point on our McDonald's Instant Replay. Don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for a BFF chicken bundle. Cerveza back on the floor now for the Lady Spikers. Fajardo back set up top to Cerveza.
Cerveza through the block.
Cerveza off the block point from that single block by Ella De Jesus.
Let's get an update now on the LaSalle side with Janine Choi.
Even if the Ateneo Lady Eagles won that third set, tuloy pa rin ang laban for the Lady Spikers. The girls were instructed that they should be the one to initiate as to where the ball should go. They should put more effort into reading their opponents, and from there, dumiskarte na sila. In between sets, coach also emphasized how important being composed is inside the court. Kailangan steady lang sila, pero dapat rin laging alerto para makapag-receive ng maayos. Anton at Mosey.
Maraming salamat, Janine. Another adjustment here in this third set. Hindi, former MVP in the girls division with De La Salle Isabel, has come on.
Isa pa yan di ba, na pwede ring hugutin ni Coach Ramil, especially on defense at the net.
After Eliza Valdez won back-to-back MVPs for UST in the girls division, Kim D succeeded her as the MVP. Let's go now to the Ateneo side with Laura Lehman.
Anton and Mosey, we all know what Eliza's capable of, and by now, DLSU is well aware of her ability. Because of this, Coach Tai is asking the girls to show more variety on court. He is drawing out new plays involving the other Lady Eagles, and with this, we can understand why he has been aggressively rotating the girls in previous games, with Eliza even sometimes settling the day. He was never angry this season when the girls committed errors while practicing new plays, and now we see why. And for this fourth set, it seems like there are a lot more surprises in store. Back to you, Anton and Mosey.
Let's see just how,
we'll wait for those surprises.
how deep the bag of tricks of both coaches. Let's see. Cerveza.
Oh, what a spike coming from Cerveza. What a kill.
Solid contributions from her today. And you see her latest hit on our Owishi Oh Wow moment. Open up the everyday surprises with the Owishi Oh Wow.
This is what LaSalle needs. Yung points coming from yung supporters that we were talking about in the pregame.
Kim D. Eliza Valdez straight to the net. Point for LaSalle.
That's right. Again from the back row, but this time into the net.
In the first round, it was Ateneo trailing 2-1. So ngayon, baliktad ang sitwasyon. It is now LaSalle trailing 2-1. Let's see if they can respond the way Ateneo did in the first round.
Alam mo, maraming baliktad dito sa dalawang games na to na pangyayari, di ba? Even last year, di ba? Ateneo rin nag-try to stop that sweep of LaSalle. Ngayon naman, baliktad na. The shoe is on the other foot. LaSalle naman is trying to stop that sweep of Ateneo.
Well, remember, in the first two meetings in the elimination round, parehong sweep yon para sa LaSalle.
Alam mo, ngayon nga sabi ko nga after that season 76, kasi syempre generally people would like more games. So parang gusto nila yung Final Four, di ba? Pero after that win of Ateneo in season 76, parang bumaba na yung tingin ko dun sa sweep. Na attainable, di ba? Because people think na ang hirap. If it's a sweep, parang ang hirap manalo dun sa nakasweep. But because of that Ateneo win last season, alam na natin na parang attainable naman siya and kaya pwede. So kahit anong mangyari, di ba? Pareho lang. It's for the volleyball fans. Pero syempre yung fans sa Ateneo, they would want Ateneo to get this and go for and get that sweep as Eliza Valdez once again getting that point on that open hit.
And I like that gesture right there. She was apologizing right away to Sid de Masilio.
Correct.
Because that was really a solid facial.
True.
Pero That's the
Na-mistime
gesture.
din ni Sid yung dig. Aragalang into the net. That last play.
LaSalle just down by 1 here in set number 4. It's Coach Oliver Almadro of the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the men's division. Rex Intal.
In the house also. And you know, a lot of people also watching PFC Pro.
Oh,
And one of them, Rhea Navarro in Doha.
wow.
And watching us. And I'm sure all over the world. Coach Ronald Dulay. Ito naman kasi inintay talaga eh. No? A lot of people waited pa bago-bago nga. Talaga nakaabang yung mga tao when this will be played. And right now, kaya naman iniintay. 4th set and Ateneo 2 sets already and LaSalle with 1 set. So an important set for De La Salle to stay in this match.
8-all is our tally here in set number 4. Here comes Valdez. Popped up by Cruz. Goes back to the Ateneo side. Binig yung talon ni Bea de Leon.
Although I like that idea that she was going for it on the second ball, maganda rin yun eh, para hindi in maabangan ng blockers ng LaSalle, but yun na nga, nabitin. That goes wide. Goes out.
1 point separating these two squads. Valdez sends it back to the LaSalle side. Fajardo up top for Galang. Saved by De Jesus. Here comes Valdez.
And Valdez, cross-court hit. Just unstoppable in this game.
27 points now for Eliza Valdez. And even Coach Derek Pumaren is taking in the action.
And you know, yung kids niya, yung girls niya are playing basketball and they're very good players. So mga aabangan natin mga second-gen players once again sa girls basketball naman.
Cerveza sends it back to the Ateneo side. Maraquinot now gets roofed, but it goes out. Point for Ateneo.
Woo! Another close set as we take a look at this last play. Maraquinot getting that off the block point.
Maraquinot came alive in that third set wherein she tallied 5 points.
Yan nga yung sabi natin will be a factor in this game. Yung mga makakatulong, yung mga supporters from both teams. And Maraquinot has been giving the numbers, the points for her team. Oh, eto. Kaya pala sumisigaw si Coach Noel kasi maling position.
Rotational call for
So,
LaSalle.
wrong server.
The server must be
Rotational error there.
And this is very surprising
That's true.
for a team with so much experience.
Sometimes yun yung mahirap paglabas-pasok, di ba? Pag marami ka rin substitutions inside.
Eliza Valdez to serve.
Eliza Valdez. Another monster outing. But that one goes long.
Point for LaSalle.
This time, Mika Reyes. The right position.
Another deadlock. We're here in set number 4. A must-win for LaSalle. Valdez changing her mind in mid-flight.
Valdez drops it in.
This is what Ara Galang did a while ago. Valdez going to her the signature push from the back row.
Look at that. Nakaporma na to hit the ball. Full swing, but no, dropping it down. Fudgy bar, O-bar sa sarap.
May fake pa eh, di ba? yun yung nakaka-off sa kalaban.
Galang gets airborne, nothing there. Valdez straight to the net.
Right again, giving it to the back row. Yung nga pala, today also is Ash Wednesday.
Yes.
So I see a lot of girls with ashes in their forehead.
Ateneo just needs one more set to complete the elimination round sweep.
Oh, and you know, Ella Dlsu, almost every time when Chia Morado gives her the ball, it's almost a sure point. And I say that because it's so amazing to see this not so tall girl get that percentage, yung talagang very high percentage on an open hit.
And she's giving it her all in today's match. This is her final season, her final year for Ateneo. Valdez, again, another missed hit.
So it's second time that she hits it into the net from the back row.
It's neck and neck again in this set, Mosey.
Anton, why are you surprised? Di ba we expected this? We so expected this kind of a game.
Sa stats pa lang, nakita na natin, dikit ang dalawang koponan.
Cerveza with a service error.
Inside the arena right now, the official count on this Wednesday, 12,334. On a Wednesday.
Ang daming nag-half day today. Yun lang ang masasabi ko. Ang daming nag-undertime today.
Of course, there are countless others watching all over the world via the Filipino channel. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Everybody watching around the country also, whether it's on ABS-CBN Sports in Action or Balls, Sky Cable Channel 167.
Oh, nice short serve there from Windy.
A rare free ball for LaSalle. Fajardo to Demesilio. She gets roof.
And the blockers were right in front of her, but she still went that way. Look at her go. Dun mismo sa blockers, dinala yung bola. So, that just came back to LaSalle Sports. So, point goes to Ateneo.
Baron. Power tip.
Easy taking there. On Baron.
The surprise starter. Her first start for LaSalle.
And coming in now for Mika Reyes.
Oh, Sid Demesilio with a service ace.
Kinabahan ako dun.
Back with more live action when we return. Again, Miss Angelica Panganiban.
With the blue lips.
Were those lips blue a while ago?
No, hindi ko napansin. Pero ngayon blue lips na.
Dan Alberto. UE boys in the house.
Dito yung date. Why not?
Again, 12,334 in attendance today. It's a free ball for LaSalle. Galang popped up easily by Lazaro. Valdez nearly getting room. Coverage was there for Ateneo. Here comes Galang. And Galang gets another point.
And what a beautiful down-the-line hit. Galang getting that point. Simple, but well-placed.
The best of the best. The two MVPs going at it, Valdez and Galang. What a battle it has been. Another classic in this never-ending Ateneo LaSalle saga. Galang sends it back. De Jesus Morado tries a drop ball. Nothing there. Here comes Galang. Popped up by Valdez. Morado back to Valdez.
Oh, and Valdez gives them a powerful hit. An angled hit once again. Look at that sharp angle. Alam mo, that's not easy to do. Napakahirap. It takes a lot of practice.
Quick attack for Baron.
Simple and sweet for Baron. Getting that point. Yan naman yung essence ng quick hit. Yung timing talaga, it's all about the timing.
The This is the opportunity to shine for Baron. Now Kim Fajardo to serve. Remember in that second set, when Kim Fajardo was serving, LaSalle went on a run, but Bea De Leon responding right away from the Ateneo side.
That's right. Another quick hit point from Bea De Leon.
Cerveza. Here comes De Jesus. Cruz to Cerveza.
Oh, Cerveza once again. She likes that down the line middle hit. And has been getting her points from that kind of a hit.
Now we have a very fresh Mika Reyes coming in after that rest.
Mika Reyes serving.
19 serving 17. LaSalle with a 2-point lead here in set number 4. A must-win for them. Maraguinot gets through the blockers. Reyes unable to set it properly, and it leads to a point for De Jesus.
That's right. It was overset, giving a free ball to Ateneo, and Ateneo just whipping it and taking the point.
Bea De Leon to serve.
Crucial moment here in this match. LaSalle holding on to a 1-point lead. Fajardo back to Galang. Morado was there. Maraguinot right through the middle.
That's right. Maraguinot has been spectacular in this match so far.
First it was Bea De Leon, then it was Joanna Maraguinot.
Talagang binidepensa yung kalaban. Tayo, hindi natin po-order na nakakupas. Minsan darating sa ating chance, tiyagain natin. Dahan-dahanin natin, gawin natin ang tama. Okay? Sasasayang yung opportunity na pwede tayo maka-atake dahil nagkakamali tayo, yung ball control, wala. Presence of mind. Balik yung tiwala sa sarili nyo. Nawawala. Hindi pa yung ginagawa.
Now this is the moment where LaSalle has to stay strong. They can't get rattled. Ateneo right now, momentum is on their side. They have tied the match once again. By the way, we'd like to remind everybody, UAAP football resumes tomorrow from FEU Diliman. Adamson versus UE at 12:45 p.m. and then LaSalle and UP in a crucial matchup. Again, that will be live on ABS-CBN Sports in Action starting 12:45 p.m. So we take care of business here first in the women's volleyball tournament. Drop ball does not work. Here comes De Jesus trying to give Ateneo the lead. Fajardo sends it to Galang. Valdez was there, but just too much force on that hit from Aragala.
So powerful partner.
She has to take a deep breath.
Just way from the back for that approach.
Now LaSalle with a 1-point lead. Morado to Ahomiro. That one's in.
Hero with the push. Good spot.
The score.
Ties up this set.
Serving.
20 all. Almost did not get through. Maraguinot pops it up. A joust at the top. Lazaro with a heroic dig. She came from out of nowhere. Morado, quick attack for Ahomiro. And the Lady Eagles take the lead.
And you know, Gia Morado just playing with so much poise and just playing solid in this match.
And she's been so cool, calm, and collected today.
That is true.
The veteran Amy Ahomiro. Here comes Maraguinot. Galang went really low for that reception. Oh! Too wide on that hit by Sid Demesilio. Ateneo now at 22 points.
Well, si Sid kasi was in transition when she went after that the hit.
Yung mga free balls, nayakit mo ka sa... Diba? Kasi wala lagiging malambot yung palo mo, wala. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Sabay ako siya umira, umiiwanan. Nakatalo na siya, ano ka pa sa baba. Hindi ka tapos yan, Sid. Go.
LaSalle trying to stop a 3-match losing skid against Ateneo in the UAAP. Coach Ty Bundit looking for his 5th win against LaSalle. I'd like to correct myself, I just got the actual number. It is 13,345 people inside the Mall of Asia Arena right now in Pasay City.
Plus tayo pag dalawa.
Oh!
Kinakot ba tayo dyan? Oh, but that was a long ball, long from the serve.
Parang ginot.
That's right. So point goes to LaSalle.
Cheng
Substitution, LaSalle.
will come in now for Cerveza Elisoyud.
Number 4, out.
It's a crucial substitution.
And look at this. It looks like Fajardo is coming out
And Cheng will I
serve.
think Cheng will be the setter.
and
Let
set.
us
Yep.
see. This is such a bold move from Coach Camille.
Yung surprises, hindi pa tapos. A bold move indeed. Here comes Morado. Valdez, it's a free ball for LaSalle. Here comes Cheng, back set to Soyud. Lazaro was there. De Jesus, popped up by Cruz. Cheng, up top to Demesilio. Valdez was there. Morado, he could not put it down. Valdez from the back row, popped up by Galang. Cheng, up top to Demesilio,
back to
straight to the
Demesilio.
tip of the net.
That is right. Ito yung kanina pang kino-correct ni Coach Ramil kay Demesilio because parang hindi masyadong malalakas yung palo niya. And but that time it was really an error. It goes straight to the net.
And the reaction from Coach Ty Bundit. He is feeling it. Ateneo just 2 points away from joining LaSalle as the teams who have swept the elimination round to earn a thrice-to-beat advantage in the finals. Cheng now playing the role of setter, and she gets her first excellent set.
Ooh, what a move by Coach Ramil, partner. Woo.
Eli Soyud, credit the point to her.
Kennedy to serve.
Morado! Oh!
So well timed. Morado. And ito naman, a bold move from the setter. Just so confident with this drop ball.
And Ateneo now at match point, 1 point away from an elimination round sweep. Morado sets it up for De Leon. And the blockers were there. Mika Reyes up top. LaSalle not letting go.
Partner, sige ikaw na lang para hindi ko na to kaya.
Let's go, Mosey. It's the...
Woo, what a game!
And Coach Ty calls for time.
Happy. Happy, ha?
Isipan niyo muna, isipan. Isip kayo muna maigi, ha?
Hey!
Isip.
One foot, ha? One more foot.
Ganda, patro.
Outside, ha?
B.
1 point for you, see. 1 point. Ha? Happy, ha? One song. 1, 2, 3.
One good receive. Yan ang hinihingan ni Coach Ty. Ateneo is the #1 receiving team in the league. LaSalle, their backs against the wall. They are fighting to prevent Ateneo from reaching the finals. Here's Camille Cruz. Valdez trying to close the show. No, Soyud surprisingly sending it to the other side. Valdez, nothing there. Galang, another free ball for Ateneo. Morado, back to Valdez, straight to the tape of the net.
What turn of events? Soyud giving a dump ball.
Which Coach Ramil did not like.
That's right. That was a brave move from this rookie. Pero LaSalle still getting that point, so we are now tied.
Oh! Camille Cruz throws it away.
Yung errors ang talagang, diba? It's taking, it's, yung effect niya is just so much in this game.
But Ateneo's got to win by 2. Oh! Morado on the other end now. Edge of your seat action inside the Mall of Asia Arena. Woo!
Yung nerves are starting to play in this.
Coach Ramil is
now
sending back in Fajardo.
That's right. He always wants a full front line. So, sa mga ganitong situation, talaga, you want a full front line.
Remember, during one of the final series, biglang pinasetter niya si Chuck Cruz, who we saw a while ago. And now we see another adjustment here with Cheng, but Fajardo is back on the floor. Blockers were there up top. LaSalle does not want to let this one go. Maragunon finding the open spot on the defense of LaSalle.
Maragunon has been the bright light on the side of the Lady Eagles in this match so far.
Ateneo at match point once again. Here's Valdez. Fajardo up top to Galang. Here comes Maragunon. Off speed. Saved by Cruz. Here comes Galang. Wala pa rin. Morado to De Leon. Nearly getting blocked. Maragunon. Galang was there up top. Lazaro falling down. De Jesus sending it back to the LaSalle side. Here comes Galang with a drop ball. Morado with a save. Maragunon.
And Maragunon gets it.
Ateneo makes history once again, becoming the second team in UAP women's volleyball history to sweep the elimination round and earn a thrice-to-beat advantage in the finals.
Let me tell you, they earned it the hard way. That was such a challenge given by LaSalle.
Especially during the latter part of that fourth set, Mosey.
Oh my goodness, what a game. Once again, we were treated the classic game. Maragunon, hot shot on that last point.
And look at the celebration. RCBC Smarter Solutions Coach of the Game, it is Coach Ty Bundin. His 27th victory as the head coach of Ateneo. RCBC Smarter Solutions.
Look at Coach Ty. Siya naman yung may white smile ngayon. That grin says it all. You know, it was a hard game. It was challenged. And they played well. Ateneo played so well. Once again, credit also to LaSalle. They gave it their best try.
They put up a good fight.
That's true.
They didn't want to let go easily. They went down swinging. Coach Ramil with a lot of adjustments, bringing in Desiree Cheng all of a sudden as the
Yes,
setter.
that was such a surprise. And for a while it worked.
It worked. She was able to get a good set up for Ellie Soyud. But in the end, Ateneo prevailing, taking set number 4, 27-25. Our team bonchon of the game is Ateneo, the Lady Eagles. crispy chicken global phenomenon. From here on, it's Bonchon. They will head to the finals with a thrice-to-beat advantage. At abangan nila kung sino ang kanilang makakaharap, Mosey.
That's true, and yun yung matagal pa kasi hahanapin pa natin kung sino yung mga characters natin dun sa Final Four in the women's division. And you know, a lot of heroes on the side of the Lady Eagles. Once again, Eliza Valdez giving her numbers both in offense and defense. Pero this girl, even with 10 points, crucial points, just the hero in this game, in this match against LaSalle.
And Mosey, 10 points. That's a career high for Joanna Maraguinon.
What a time for it to come. And yung mga crucial moments, she had those very difficult hits that she made. That's why she's our best player of the game.
And she also tallied the last point, the winning point for Ateneo, the point that delivered them the ticket to the finals. What a match. Again, hats off to both teams.
True.
Treating us to another classic encounter. So ito ang ating updated team standings after the 3 matches today.
That's right. Clean slate. 14-0 for Ateneo de Manila. LaSalle 12-2. So they're in second place. National University mukhang secured na yung third spot with 7-6. Pero ito pa yung aabangan natin. 2 game days pa tayo. We have UP still in contention, Adamson, UST, and FEU. Nagkaroon pa ng buhay. So, paglalaban-labanan pa nila yan. Last spot.
It's going to be a very busy weekend in the women's volleyball tournament. So, abangan natin yan. Pero bukas, February 19 sa FEU Diliman, football action muna tayo. Adamson versus UE sa ating unang laban, followed by LaSalle versus UP. Kung Hei Fat Choi,
yes, once
happy
again,
Chinese
happy
New
Chinese
Year.
New Year to all.
And a great day for UAAP Volleyball. And by the way, meron pa tayong aksyon sa juniors basketball finals. I can't wait for this one. Ateneo Blue Eaglets needing just 1 win away to win their 18th juniors basketball crown. But of course, matibay itong kupunan ni Coach Jeff Napa, the NU Bullpups.
That's right. Ang mga close games yan.
And we talked about the women's volleyball tournament resuming this weekend on Saturday.
Ayan pa ang mga characters na hinahanap natin. UE versus USU in 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. It's Lady Falcons against Lady Cats.
It's a Royal Rumble for the remaining spots
That's right.
in our step ladder. So step ladder na tayo dahil
that's right.
nanalo ang Ateneo ngayong araw. Great working with you, Mosey. Once again, Ateneo beating LaSalle to sweep the elimination round and earn a thrice-to-beat advantage in the final. For our director, Al Neri, Janine Choi, Laura Lehman, and my partner, Mosey Ravena, and of course, everybody behind ABS-CBN Sports, I'm Anton Ross saying thank you so much, and we will see you all again on Saturday for more women's volleyball action in the 77th season of the UAAP.